Be'ezrat Hashem, I don't think so. Be'ezrat Hashem, we're ready to start Daf Zion. That seed is good, yeah. The Gemara says, I don't know. Let's see. Okay. The Gemara. Be'oto tefach heichan ma'amido. So we said the Chachamim hold shtayim kilchatan, v'shlishit afilu tefach. The third wall is a tefach. Oto tefach heichan ma'amido. Where should you put it? Amar Rav. Rav says, ma'amido keneged hayotze. You put it opposite the end. Look in Rashi. Keneged hayotze.
What page, Rabbi?
Vav Amud Bet, right now, on the bottom. Rashi, Keneged hayotze. Makom she'amechitza kaleh, where the wall ends. Be'ezeh she'yirtzeh, on either wall that you want. In Mashtayim, for example, if the two walls, Mizrahit Tzefonit, are east and north, Ya'aseh HaTefach Besof HaTzefonit B'mikzo'o Litzad Ma'arav. Do it on the north wall, on the west side, right? You have a full wall on the east side. On the west side of the north wall, put the Tefach. As you see the picture in Rashi on the top, right? You have the top is the Mizrach, the left side is the north, and then he puts the tefach on the bottom, which is the west side of the north.
Honestly, why does it matter where it goes as long as it's connected?
Or Rashi, besof hatzefonit b'mekzo'o letzad ma'arav, or b'mizrachit, or put it on the east one, letzad darom. So that's the lower picture in Rashi, right? Again, you have the east and the north, and then he put the tefach on the south side of the east wall, right? Either way, that's what Rashi says. Put it on one of the two edges. Amar le'Rav Kahana le'Rav Asi. Doesn't make a difference where the opening is. He's just telling you, put it on one of the two. You have an L, put it on one of the two edges of the L, right? V'Rav Kahana, v'Rav Asi. Now, what Rav didn't say to do is put it in the opposite corner, meaning put it where the wall that you're starting would end. Rav didn't say to do that. Why not? L'chaora, if you put it over there, maybe that's better, because you would say l'chaora ati avira the high gisa or the high gisa or mevatel. It's like batel when it's over there. If it's by itself.
And one of that, like here and then here.
Right. That would Rav wants to put it close. This way it's a continuation of the wall. But putting it further away, maybe according to Rav, is worse. I don't know. Is Rav saying dafka over here or even over here? Is this better? Is it worse? Rav Asi, Amri le Rav Kana, Rav Asi. Those are Rav's two Talmid Chavers. They told him, V'ya'amidenu keneged rosh tor. Why don't you put it on an angle? What do you gain by putting on an angle? Rashi. V'ya'amidenu keneged rosh tor. Rosh shura. Rosh tor. A tor is a shura, is a row, like a furrow. B'mikzoa sefonim aravi ba'alachson. Or mizrachi deromit. Either put it on the northwest or southeast corner. What's the gain, right? Put it in the same two corners, but tilt it. When it's on a slant, it's not just, if it's going straight, it's ki'ilu closing off wall number 3, right? If you put it on a slant, it will hit the other corner, and it's as if I have 4 walls, because it's like I'm fully closed in. Isn't that stronger? Isn't that more mukaf?
And that's only 3 walls.
It's really triangle.
It's like 4 walls.
Wow.
Because it's closing it from 4 sides. 3 walls, 4 walls fully enclosed. Right? Now what's this rosh tor? Hu telem ma'aneh That's the plowing shel sof sadeh, at the end of the field. Shatilamim kalim veholchim ba'alachson. A lot of times the furrows would go on the slant at the end. Ze aroch mize me'at. Hold on. Rashi says you're putting it right next to the corner where you are. If you look in the Rabbeinu Hananel, right? Look in the Rabbeinu Hananel on the outside. Amru Rav Kahana v'Rav Asi v'Yamidenu keneged Rosh Tor kelomar v'Rosh Hazavit mimul, on the corner opposite. Zeh v'zeh. Right, that's Tosfot, right? Yeah. So Tosfot's not putting it connected. Tosafot is putting it where I told you to put it, right? Put it on the corner where the wall that you would put would end, right? Or let's call it the corner that's diagonally opposite the full corner. You have this corner, put it in this corner, the one that's diagonally opposite. And you tilt it, so now it's going this way and that way. You're really getting full balls.
It's like the Yomi.
You have this wall and this wall, right? And this is your corner. Put it in this corner that's diagonally opposite the full corner. And then put it on a slant, so it's like it goes this way and that way. So that's what the question is. Shatik Rav didn't answer. He didn't say anything. Tosafot says, why didn't Rav say, Ati Avira, the high gisa, or the high gisa, mevatale, like the Gemara says in everything? Tosafot says, since over here, the Torah told me that the tefach is a mechitza from the Torah, it's halakha Moshe Misinai, it's not going to be batel. It's stronger than a typical one tefach standing in the middle of nowhere. Over here, the Torah gave this din mechitza. It won't be batel. So Rav didn't answer. Let's see. Amar Itmar Nami, we learned Amar Shmuel Mishmei de Levi, Ma'amido keneged hayotzer, like Rav said, right coming out of the wall. V'chen morim be midrasha. That's how they teach in the Beit HaMidrash. Ma'amido keneged hayotzer, opposite what comes out. So in all of these, some say you put it keneged hayotzer. According to Rabbeinu Hananel, maybe there was an opinion to put it in the corner. Rabbi Simon ve'item Rabbi Shuban Levi omer, oseh lo tefach sohek. You make the tefach smiling. Why is he smiling? Because you gave him a little bit more than the tefach. Uma'amido bepachot mishloshat tefachim, and you put it less than 3 tefachim, samuch ledofen, close to one of the walls. V'chol pachot mishlosha, anytime you're less than 3, samuch ledofen kilavudam. So I'm not. If Rav was worried about, I don't know if this is the reason. Simply, now I made 1 into 4. Right? I took 1 tefach, 1 in a drop, but I made it lavu to the corner. So it's like that whole space gets filled in. So I took my 1 tefach and I rolled it into 4. I created 4. Look in Rashi. Tefach sochek, modedim bedalet etzba'ot. A tefach is 4 thumbs. Measure with 4 thumbs. She'enam nogel to bezu. Don't touch him. Give a little space. Have a tefach umashu. It's a tefach and a drop. Uma'amido bepachot migimel. Put it within 3 tefachim. samuch la'achata tefanot, next to one of the walls. Upahom gimel, when you have less than 3, kilavud is connected. The hav yala kiblei kimechitza shel dala tefachim. It's like a wall that's 4 tefachim. Umeshech sukkah shiv'an. The whole length of the wall of sukkah is 7. Nimtza rubo shel dofen asui. I have a majority.
So it's a regular tefa. You don't need it to be 4, 3.5. Would have been enough.
That's a good question. If I'm not mistaken, there's a Ron, I think, that asked that question. They wanted it to be 4. Little better. What? No. I don't think that. Ta'aval gav de betefach kol du yika rov dofen. Ta'aval etfem ni 3 tefachim umechza. Filo hachi. Batzir me'arba'a lo hashiv b'shum duchta. 4 is a makom hashuv too. It's rov and it's a makom hashuv. That's the right answer. Okay. So the Gemara a little bit further.
But it works also in big sukkah, Rabbi.
What?
It works in big sukkah. It's not even rov. It does work in a big sukkah.
No. I have rov of the shiur hechsher.
Shiur hechsher is tefa.
No. I have rov of the shiur hechsher of the dofen. The shiur of the hechsher of the dofen is 7. You know what it's like when we have mehubarot, when we have parashah mehubarot, we do 3 in the first one, 3 in the second, and the revi'i is the one that connects it, right? Let's say you're praying in the dome, right? 100 aliyot, right? So maybe I should do 50 in the first and 50 in the second. Everything else is a rekeh. It doesn't mean anything. It's only the 7 that are chobah that I got to split. The same thing, Moshe. You made a sukkah 100 amot long. Very nice, beautiful. But I only have to split the 7. I only have to do rov of the 7 that are chobah, not your rekeh. Your rekeh sukkah. Okay.
The labud, how much could you do the labud?
The labud is less than 3 tefachim. You want it in inches?
Yeah.
If you say a tefach is 3 inches, like Rav Chaim Noah, so it's less than 9. And that's the ma'aseh, we have to be mahmir like Rav Chaim Noah. The Hazon Ish holds that a tefach is 4 inches. So then that would equal 12 inches, and you could be less than 12. But we can't be mekir like the Hazon Ish. You can be mahmir. Habibi, those that need centimeters should convert it into centimeters. Now, Amar Rav Yehuda. We can't make fun too much today. He's a Ujado. He's already feeling older. We got it. Amar Rav Yehuda. Amar Rav Yehuda. Sukkah ha'asuya kemavoy. If you forgot about Eruvin, here you go. You have a sukkah that they built the walls like a mavoy. What does it mean, like a mavoy? Not L-shaped, but parallel to each other. One wall here, one wall there.
My boy Parutz, no?
Yeah, well, right now it's Parutz. Sukkah asuya ke mavoy. Mavoy mefulash. Sukkah asuya ke mavoy keshera. It's kasher. Even though chaorai nishtaim kilchatan ve'oto tefach ma'amido lechol ruach sheyirtzeh. No problem. Put it anywhere. You have 4 corners to attach it to, right? If you look at the Gimel picture on the side, right, you could put it on the top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. Either one, stick your tefach there, and you're good. That's like Rav. And if you're going to hold like Rabbi Simon, put it less than 3 away. You made it 4. It's rov of the dofen, and you're good. Rabbi Simon, v'itay Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi, Amar no, ose lo pas arba'a umashu. Over here in picture Gimel, when the 2 walls are parallel, you don't have an L. You need 4 in a drop. Uma'amido, and then you put it בפחות משלושה סמוך לדופן, less than 3 next to the wall, וכל פחות משלושה, if it's less than 3 טפחים, סמוך לדופן, כלבוד עמי, is considered lavud. And therefore,
Where's the pass?
if you see picture Dalid, you see it?
Oh, yeah, okay.
On the top there, you have a pass Dalid, right? It's within 3 next to the wall. It's Dalid umashihu. It's Dalid on a drop. So when it's 4.1 plus 2.9, I have a full 7. So the question is, right? When I have the L-shaped wall, the ka'amar that you said, sagya tefach sochek, it's enough to put a drop more than a tefach 1.1. How come over here? The ka'amar that you say, ba'ya pas arba'a, you need 4. So we answer. Hatam di'ika shne defanot. They change it to arivan. You have 2 walls that are connected. Sagile betefach sochek. It's enough to have a tefach sochek. Hacha deleka shte defanot de arivan or shte defanot kilchetan. Over here, that you don't have 2 connected walls. Iika pas arba'a, then you need a little bit more. If you have a pas that's 4 in, ilo. If you don't have a pas arba'a, it doesn't work. What? That's the reason is because you need a corner. Rashi clearly said on Amud Beh. Rashi said on Vav Amud Beh that that shte defanot kehilchatan is 7 tefachim. From the lashon of the Gemara over here, the way we have the Girsah, shte defanot kehilchatan sounds like catty corner, right? When you have an L, that's kehilchatan. And because the 2 defanot that are parallel are not kilchatan, I need to create a kilchatan. So therefore, it's when you have shtaim kilchatan, then it's shilishit afilu tefach. But when I don't have shtaim kilchatan, I can't go down to a tefach. I have to create a 7 because I need to make a corner. That's how I would say it. Rashi doesn't say it. Let's see Rashi.
And it doesn't have to be full 7. You see
1
that
second.
pas dalet works with kilchatan.
Let's see. Amarav shte defanot ose pas dalet. Oh, sorry. L'chol ruach sheyirtzeh. Go back up. K'mavoy hamefulash. Shte defanot zu keneged zu. Keshera tehan nami kari kilchatan. Rashi says clearly over here, 2 parallel walls is also kilchatan. Kanireh, that's the opinion of the first one. That's the opinion of Rav Yehuda. L'chol ruach sheyirtzeh sharei yesh kan 4 yotzin. There's 4 edges. Ule'eze yotzeh sheyirtzeh ya'asen. Whereas Rabbi Simon in the name of Shubal Levi says oseh pas dofen gamur shel dalet tefachim uma'amido bepachol migimel samuch ledofen etzel mikzoa pas etzel mikzoa. It should be hadofen. Etzel hamikzoa v'tzarich pas arba'a dechi amrin al lavud ika zayin tefachim orech kedeh sukkah ketana, the size of a long sukkah. Shte defanot shelemot. Here Rashi says kilchatan kemin gam de'en neret mefulashot ki hai. So Rashi says, Rav Shmuel Levi is saying that kilchatan is not parallel to each other. Kilchatan is only like an L, and if you don't have an L shape, you got to make an L shape.
So pass is not enough.
The pas dalid with the less than 3 from the wall makes kilchatan l'chaora. You have a question, Yossi?
Then what's the hidush of the shalishi afilu tefach where it's going to be?
That's only when it's an L. Only when it's an L.
We said the shalishi afilu tefach. If you have rob, it becomes rubo kekulo. So if
It's not enough.
Kekulo can make kilchatan,
No, it
what's
can't.
the shalishi?
Because
Here
you're
we're
not
making rubo
getting
kekula. On
No,
the case of mabui, the tefach is we're using rubo.
not enough.
Kilchatan.
It's not enough. It's not enough. In Shulchan Aruch, let's see. Afresh Lamed. Defanot Sukkah. I'm reading from Maran. Defanot Sukkah. Imem Shtaim Zu Etzel Zu. If you have two, like an L, Kemin Gam, Ose Dofen, Sheyesh Berochbo Yoter Al Tefach. You make a wall that's longer than a Tefach. Uma'amido Bepachom Gimel Le'achad Me'ad Defanot. Put it within 3 from one of the walls. Well, we're not up to that part yet. Okay, we have a little bit more to do. My mistake. Okay. Amarava says, "Ve'ena niteret ela betzurat hapetach." Rabbi says, the only way to make the wall kasher is with a tzurat hapetach. Rashi, be'eruvin amar in Masechet Eruvin, the Gemara says, "Hechi dami tzurat hapetach." What's a tzurat hapetach?
Where did you put it? How would you do it?
Patience, Mr. Hanona. We're gonna get there. Patience. Amar, right? The Eruvin Amar Hechidami Tzurat HaPetach. How do you make it Tzurat HaPetach? Kane Mikan, a stick on this side. Kane Mikan, a stick on that side. The Kane Al Gabehem, and a stick on the top. The Hacha Ka'amar Rava. Rabbi says like this: you guys all missed the boat. Tefach Sheshaninu Bebraita. We learned in the Braita. Again, it seems like the other rabbis are trying to maximize the tefach, right? Rav Asi said, put it on the corner on a diagonal. Right. The next one said, Rabbi Simon said, put it 3 tefachim away, so you get lavud, you get 4. Rabbi says, you missed the boat. He says, shemut matir bedofen shlishit, enu matir ela imken, asa'ol oto tefach tzurat hapetach al penei kol hadofen kulo. Why should you give yourself the half of the dofen, make it a tzurat hapetach, the whole wall? Ketzad, kaneh shel hatzi tefach etzel hayotze. Put half a tefach by the corner of the wall, right? Vekaneh shel hatzi tefach b'mekzoa shekenegdo, and another kaneh v'half a tefach on the other corner. Vekaneh al gabehem. Put a pole on top. Mizilizeh. Havaleh ki'ilu kol hadofen satum. It's like the whole wall is closed. So what's this deen that you need a tefach? Normally, when you make a tzurat hapetach, nobody told you how thick the kanim could be on the sides. Over here, you need a half a tefach and a half a tefach. So I need a tefach of wall. And then the tzurat hapetach expands it into a full wall.
I need it on both sides.
Yes. Havulei ki'ilu kol hadofen satum. The petach, sheyesh lo tzurat hapetach, right? With a door with a tzurat hapetach, Havalei sitima me'al yetahi. It's fully closed. Beperek hamad eruvin. Vezeu tefach she'amru chachamim. And you see from here, from Rava, that this, what I can use as tzurat hapetach as a wall in the sukkah, is only on the 3rd wall with his halacha l'Moshe misinai that a tefach equals a wall. But if it would be on the 2nd wall, and you'll tell me, Rabbi, tzurat hapetach, it works for Shabbat, right? Well, there you go home. Okay.
So you need a tefach and a mashahu. If you're going to get materials and you need a tefach and mashahu.
Where does it say that, mister?
How are you going to put the kaneh on top? Where are you going to get that material from?
That's not mashu. That's the 3rd kaneh. But the wall needs a tefach. You can use a string, right? Okay. Yossi's making the shopping list for Home Depot. He's saying, don't just buy a tefach. You need more. When he goes home and he's ripping it on his power tools. Okay. Says the Gemara. Ika da Amri. Others say, Amarava v'niteret nami b'tzurat hapetach. According to this version, either you could do a tefach or you could put a tzurat hapetach on the 3rd wall. Rashi v'niteret nami b'tzurat hapetach mashma. The tefach sheshaninu, the tefach, according to the first answer, Rabbi Simon is wrong. That's not enough. Because Rabbi Simon is only getting 4 tefachim, and Rav is getting 7. There's another version. No. Hainu kedepiresh Rabbi Simon le'il. Oses tima tefach etzel hayotze. I put 3, put it 1 next to 3, you have 4. You're good. ועתה רב ולמימר, דמסה סורת הפתח על פני כל הדופן בשני קנים כלשהו, וקנה על גביהם, כאלה במקום טפח, ומכשיר לקבטה, דאו היי מכשיר. Rabbi says, just like the Torah was machshir tefach, if you maximize it into 4, you could use a surat petach even with a kaneh kolshu. It's an equivalent.
Wasn't there? Is there a Havamina against that?
Sure.
Was it why? Why is there
Because-
Havamina against that? It's a mechitza
because-
me'aliyah.
Because you see that the Torah wants a full tefach, not less than a tefach. In the first lashon, Rav is saying that the tefach has to be a tefach with surat petach. And if you make a tefach if you make a surat petach with less than a tefach, it's no good. That's the second
I
version.
don't understand how that.
Again, in the first version, Rav is saying the way the Torah told you to make a tefach is by splitting it into a surat petach. Half here, half there, stick on the
Okay,
top.
okay.
That's the best way to maximize the tefach. If you put the tefach together, no good. If you put a surat petach with less than a tefach, also no good. Right, Eli? Right. Now, in the second version, Rav is saying you could either put a tefach less than 3 and make it like 4, like the Rabbi Simon said, or you could make it surat petach. I'm not telling you how to make it. I'm not telling you need a tefach of stick between the two sides. Just make it. You know why? Because that's equal to a tefach in this other thing. The Ika, the Amri, and then there's a third version.
The first opinion is using a tefach to make a surat petach.
Correct.
If I just put one tefach on the side, it should be enough.
No,
No, it's not saying that. Right?
no. Ika, the Amri, there's a third version. Amarava, v'tzricha nami tzurat petach. Rabbi Simon's tefach sochek. Then you need a tzurat petach till the end of the wall.
Not one tefach.
Rashi. V'tzricha nami tzurat petach. Mashma detarvayu ba'inam. Tefach etzel hayotze. V'kaneh bezavit shekenegdo. V'kaneh she'al gabehem. Kai mitefach ze lekaneh shel zavit. You put a tefach by the wall and make it surat petach till the end. Rashi didn't say you do the 3. You put a tefach by the wall like Rav, and a tefach till the end. And the kaneh, not a tefach at the end, the surat petach on the end.
You just need to stick, and then it's okay.
Yeah.
No sure.
No, you have a tefach.
You have nothing on that side.
I already have a tefach. You could put the tefach. The way you
Just
want.
need the surat petach.
Right.
That's it, okay.
Says Gemara Rav Ashi, Ashkechel Rav Kahana, the Ka'avi tefach sochek. He made a tefach sochek. Right? The Ka'avi tzurat petach. And then he made a tzurat petach on top of it. Amar le, he told him, Lo savar la mor lehad Rava Amar Rava v'niteret nami b'tzurat petach. Didn't Rava say you could either do tefach sochek or you do a tzurat petach? Why are you doing both? Amar le, ana ki idach the idach lishna the Rava svirole. I like the third lashon. The Amar Rava v'tzricha nami tzurat petach. You also have to make a tzurat petach. Make the tefach sochek and make it on top. Rashi, the Ka'avi tefach sochek etzel hayotze Rabbi Simon. He made a tefach 1.1 within 3, right? So he's 2.9 and 1.1 is 4, and tzurat petach till the end. And that's going back to Maran. The lashon of Maran is.
Oh, we always say till the end. We mean till 7, right?
Let's see. Maran says, Tafresh Lamed Saif Bet. Defanot Sukkah. Im hayu 2 zeo etzel zu kemin gam. It's like an L. Ose dofen sheyesh berochbo yoter al tefach. Uma'amido bepachon migimel. Le'achad me'adefano. You make it less than 3 to 1 of the walls. V'yamid kaneh keneged oto tefach. Put a kaneh opposite that tefach. V'yaseh la tzurat petach. and make it Surat HaPetach. Shi'amid kaneh alav ve'ala tefach. Put a kaneh on it on the tefach. Ve'keshera. Afal pi it's kasher, even though the kaneh she'al gabehem enu nogem. No, it's not touching. It's good. Hayu la saif gimel. Hayu la shte defanot zu keneged zu. Ubenehem mefulash. You have the parallel walls. Ose dofen sheyesh berochbo arba'at tfachim. Make a wall that has 4 tfachim u'mashu. U'ma'amido bepachom mishlosha samuch le'echad mishtei hadefanot. You put it less than 3 near one of the walls. V'keshera. V'gam bazeh tzarich la'asot tzurat ha'petach. Sheyiten kaneh me'apas ala dofen ha'acher. V'yesh omrim she'en ze tzarich tzurat ha'petach. Some say over here I have 4. I don't need a tzurat ha'petach. Hagaha. Aval ika dofen zayin belo lavru. So this is common, that a person has an L-shaped sukkah, and then he has one wall further away, right? If you're making in the driveway, right? People have, right? If you're not buying the sukkah, so now you're doing a makeshift type of item. So you have the 2 walls of the driveway, and then you build one wall, and then you roll schach somehow, right? Now you have, so then, according to Maran, it sounds like you needed Surat HaPetach to the other side. 1 second. Hagaha avalim ika dofen zayin belo lavud. If you have a real wall of 7, says the Ramah, en tzarich kan Surat HaPetach at sof hakotel. Ho'il v'ika dofen zayin shehu shi'urech shel sukkah. V'kol sheken she'enam tzrichim Surat HaPetach kishadofen shelema. Right? So Ramah says, once you have 7, it's good. You don't need Surat HaPetach then. Yeah. Yossi, what did you want to ask?
This Surat HaPetach, the name comes that it's like symbolic door, right? Entrance. Wall.
Yes.
So how we take it for a wall?
A door is part of a wall, and it's considered a wall.
But the third part, the empty side.
It's like it's full.
So it's like full. So the fourth, we cannot enter for the 4th side. It's like it's a wall. Can we enter from that side?
You could enter. The 4th side is not like a wall because you only need 3 walls, and you can enter through the doorway because the doorway is a wall that you can enter through, like you do in your house.
Well, that's a perfect Surat HaPetach, a door, right?
Yeah, a doorway, even without the door. Okay. Shtayim kilchatan. You need 2 kilchatan. Amarava. This is what we say on the sukkah, 2 walls, and then a third, a tefach, makes it into a room, right? Makes it into a building. Even on Shabbat, that works. What does that mean? Rashi. V'chen l'Shabbat. Afal pi shetzarich l'Shabbat. Shalosh mechitzot. Le'asot reshut hayachid. Even though on Shabbat, we hold like the Chachamim. That shalosh mechitzot deoraita, you need 3 walls to be reshut hayachid. Shabbat shel Sukkot mutar lismoch al mechitzot hasukah im asa bereshut harabim samuch lepetcho sukkah de'en ba'el shtayim kilchatan v'shlishit afilu tefach. If you made a sukkah like the halacha l'Moshe Misinai, 2 in a tefach, machnis umotzi hemena lebeto. You could carry into your house. Even though on a regular Shabbat, if you put up such walls, they wouldn't work. Inami or bishar mechitzot she'enam shel sukkah. Let's say, right, the guy has a sukkah. He built it 2 mechitzot and the 3rd one a tefach. And then he made another structure, but he didn't put schacham. So it's not a sukkah. Same Shabbat. Shabbat of Sukkot. Right? Lo mishtiri b'hachi. Those won't work because it's not a sukkah. Right? Le Shabbat. The sukkah sharia, in the sukkah you can carry why? Mikod deha'i tefach agmer rachmana leMoshe b'mchitzot sukkah telahave ledofen shlema lesukkah have dofen nami b'shabbat lebeshabbat. The sukkah b'shabbat the sukkah le'inyan Shabbat. Since the Torah told you this chidush, that a tefach becomes a wall, so it works for Shabbat too. If it's working for the Sukkah, it works for Shabbat. But when it's not a Sukkah, the Torah didn't tell you this chidush. Not on Sukkot, the Torah didn't tell you this chidush. It's only in the Sukkah. And once it's working for Sukkot, we say it works for Shabbat as well. Shabbat Sukkot.
Why is that, Rabbi? Shabbat is Sekilah.
Once the
This one is
Torah
not.
said it works across the board.
But this one, Shabbat is more hamur. It's Sekilah if you're over Shabbat. If you do
Even so, that's part of the chidush that the migu works. The migu works. Right? Let's see. It becomes a reshut yachid. Says the Gemara, Eiti ve'abaye, abaye esrava, umi amrina migu. Do you say because it works for Sukkah, it works for Shabbat? Ve'hatanya, we have a braita, dofen Sukkah ke dofen Shabbat. The wall of the Sukkah is like the walls for Shabbat. Ubelvad shelo yeh ben kaneh lahavero shelosha tfachim. As long as you don't have 3 tefachim between the poles, meaning you can make a wall for Sukkah, like you can make a wall for Shabbat. Just like we said in Eruvin, if you have a big encampment, you could go around with bamboo sticks and stick them in the ground less than 3 tefachim from each other, and you make a wall. Oh, he likes that one. No. You could do the same thing for Sukkah, as long as you don't have 3 tefachim between the poles. V'yetera Shabbat al Sukkah. Shabbat is stronger than Sukkah. Shabbat ena niteret ela be'omed merubeh ala parutz. Shabbat you have to have more standing than down. Mash'enken beSukkah. Sukkah doesn't need that. Now let's see Rashi before we go further. Dofen Sukkah ke dofen Shabbat. Kol tzidei defanot. All the types of walls. Shetiru chachamim leShabbat. Kegon, for example, mechitzot shel sheti be'lo erev. Right? Vertical, a wall with only vertical parts. Makifim bekanim. You make a wall by sticking bamboo poles in the ground. As long as you don't have 3 tefachim between the poles. Even though the bamboo is like a finger, you have 2.9 tefachim between them. The ika parutz merubeh. So I thought you just told me you have to have omed merubeh la parutz. Over here, you have 2.9 down and 1 etzba up. It says shapir dami. It's okay. The amrina lavud. When we say lavud and we connect one kaneh to the next, it's like it's all there. It's a virtual wall. Or shel erev, or you can make a horizontal wall. How? Velo sheti, without vertical members. Kedetnan hata makifim shelosha havalim. You can put 3 ropes around. Have hekef nami ledofen sukkah. Hence the ease-lock sukkah with the belts. Ubelvad sheyeh zahir. He should be careful. Shelo yeh ben kaneh lahavero shlosha tvachim keshehu makif, when he's going around. Like on Shabbat, if you can have more than 3 tefachim, it's not going to be connected. It's only if in a lot of places you have more than 3. Aval makom 1 or 2. Those are the doors. You're allowed to have doors in the wall. You're allowed to have doors in the lavud. But Shabbat en niteret. Yesh ba petachim harbe. If there's a lot of openings, shem ba'im tzurat petach. Right, you don't have tzurat petach. Verabim al ha'omed. If the petachim wind up being more than the part that's down, mevatli leila amud. Right, and that's going to take away what's standing. If I have more down than up, not that between the kanim. Right, because between the kanim is less than 3 and that's closed. But if the openings that you made that are bigger than 3 are more than the areas where it's less than 3, so then I have parutz merubeh ala omed, and it's no good on Shabbat. And the Baraita continues, mash'enken besukkah. In Sukkah, we don't say that. Look in Rashi.
Even though this.
1 second. Mash'enken besukkah desagi le v'shtayim tilchatam v'shlishit afilu tefach v'afilu hayu lo petachim b'shtei adfanot. You have a wall, a door in one of those two walls. Echad or shnayim, one in this one in that one. So now you have two walls that are almost totally open, right? And you have in the two walls that are supposed to be up, I have doors. Combine it all together, it's mostly down, and I still say it's good, right? Havulu parus minube sharia, it's mutar. So you see that sukkah is mutar, where Shabbat is asur. That's what the Braita said. Says Shabbat you need parut, omed merubela parut. Sukkah you don't. What's it talking about? My love, yetera Shabbat de sukkah asukah. Doesn't the Braita mean that Shabbat of sukkah you have to be more mahmir? So if you made your sukkah with two walls, with doors in between, right? And a tefach on the third wall. So during the week, it's okay because it's, even though it's parutz mirubeh la'omed, in sukkah not makpid. Shabbat comes, you better fix it. Why? Because you're not going to be able to carry there. Aren't we talking about the Shabbat of Sukkot? And we're saying that on Shabbat, parutz mirubeh doesn't work, and for sukkah it does. And we don't say, oh, when the Torah said that the tefach on the third wall is like a whole wall, it's machshira even for Shabbat. So Rabbi told him, lo, yetera Shabbat alma, al Shabbat sukkah. The Shabbat all year is more mahmir than Shabbat of Sukkot. But Shabbat of Sukkot is the laws of Sukkah. Why? Migu. Since it works for Sukkah, it works also for Shabbat. Rashi, my love, afilu b'Shabbat shebetoch hachag ka'amar. Isn't he also talking on Shabbat Sukkot? The lo mishtariyah l'toltule. You're not allowed to carry in the Sukkah. V'hachi ka'amar. And what he means to say is as follows: Yetera hilchot toltul Shabbat Sukkah, ahilchot hechsher Sukkah le'echov v'lisham v'latzet yedei chovat Sukkah. Right? The laws of carrying in the Sukkah on Shabbat are more hamur than being yotzeh, the law of eating in the Sukkah. The lenyan meifak yedei chovato nafi. Right? If the bread was on the table, you came in and you sat down and you ate, you were yotzeh. Bulvat shelo yitaltel ba, but I can't carry the bread into the Sukkah. Ela be'arba'at tvachim, 4 tvachim, v'lo yachnis mitoch halabay. You can't take anything to the house because it's all considered. It's considered a karmelit. Lo says more. That's not what it means. Hachi kamar yetera chotil tu Shabbat be'alma. The next Shabbat, even though you carry it in the Sukkah on Sukkot, next Shabbat when it's not Sukkot, you're not going to be able to carry, right? Al chotil tu Shabbat the Sukkah. Shabbat the alma and a regular Shabbat you have to have more standing. You're not going to say a migu on the third wall. The Shabbat the Sukkah niteret mishum migu. Says the Gemara, ihachi litni nami yetera Sukkah de alma Sukkah de Shabbat. Let's say another chidush that Sukkot on Shabbat we're more lenient than during the rest of the week. Let's do it. Right? Why? The ilu Sukkah de alma, regular Sukkot, ba'ya tefach sochek. It needs a big tefach. The ilu Sukkah de Shabbat, the Sukkah on Shabbat, lo ba'ya tefach sochek. It doesn't need a big tefach. V'sagi belechi, right? If I have on what's it called? Let's see Rashi. Ve'ilu Sukkah, I Shabbat de Alma, Ka'amar, if we're talking a regular Shabbat, about Shabbat de Sukkah, Ve'ilchot echshe Sukkah shavin, they're the same mishum migu. Litni nami, let's say a reverse case. Yetera elchot echshe Sukkah de Alma de Chol, to be machshir the Sukkah on a weekday is stronger, needs more elchot echshe Sukkah de Shabbat. Why? Ve'ilu Sukkah de Shabbat, Sukkah on Shabbat. Im asuya ke mavoy. If it's shaped like a mavoy, shte defanoteha, the two walls, zu keneged zu, one opposite the other, sagila belechi zakuf. It's enough to put one lechi etzel hayotze. Afal gav de en rochvo tefa, even though it's not a tefa. The migo the have dofen l'Shabbat, have nami dofen l'Sukkah. So let's say you have a mavoy that has 3 walls. So you have to put a lechi by the 4th wall. Let's say I build the sukkah forward, not by the back wall. I build it by the front wall. So I have the left wall, the right wall, and the middle wall. There's a lechi on the front of the mavoy. The lechi could be a mashu. So during the week, I'm going to say, I need a tefach for the 3rd one. But on Shabbat, I'm going to say, because that lechi closes off the wall, it's a wall for sukkah too. So Friday afternoon, you're trying to eat in the sukkah, pasul. All of a sudden, you make kiddush. Now it's kasher. You don't have the case?
I gotta hear it again.
Again, you have a 3-wall sukkah. You see the case number? No, it's not. You have a 3-wall sukkah, like a chet. Right? You have a mavoy, sorry, like a chet. Right? That's a Shabbat. So you have to put a lechi right over here in the front of it. Now, you didn't build the sukkah over the whole mavoy. You made a sukkah right by the opening of the mavoy. Okay. So what's your 3 walls? You have the right wall, the left wall. Where's your 3rd wall? Is the opening of the thing. So I'm saying, no. The lechi is my 3rd wall. But the lechi is less than a tefach. It's a mashu. So during the week, the rabbi comes, he says it's pasul. Then you come by on Shabbat, you see the rabbi eating in the sukkah. So Rabbi, you told me it was pasul. Yeah, that was yesterday. But now on Shabbat, that the lechi makes the whole mavoy a reshut hayachid, it also works as a dolphin for the sukkah.
Okay.
Right? Look in Rashi. V'ilu sukkah de Shabbat imasuya kemavoy. Shte defanotea azu keneged zu. The two things opposite. Belechi sagile belechi zakuf. It's enough to put a lechi standing etz aliyotze. Aval gav de en rochbo tefach, even though it's not a tefach wide. The migu de have dofen l'Shabbat. Since it's a wall for Shabbat, have nami dofen l'Sukkah. The ha more mishum de itle migu, because you have a migu. Amar hachi, you say that the opposite. L'didach de amar lechi mishum mechitza. You say that a lechi is a mechitza. V'azorek lemavoy mefulash, and if you throw into a mavoy that's open, sheyesh lo lechi, that has a lechi chayav. Alma, we say midoraita mechitza. It's considered a mechitza. Umitochol reshut yachid. Nihid midrabanan asur midoraita mihamutar. The hamor mishum de'it lemigu amar hachi. So Rashi says, even if I'm not talking where it's 3, if I'm talking where there's 2 walls, and I put a lechi there, it helps midoraita. Midoraita makes it chayav. If you throw in there, because the lechi is a mechitza, now we have 3 walls. We hold 3 walls as the oraita.
But you can only put a lehi in a Carmelit. You can't put a lehi in Rishut Rabim.
Not in Rishut Rabim. So
So it's only Drabanan. It's not the Oraita.
it doesn't help for Rishut Yachid. Even the Tzurat HaPetach doesn't help for Rishut Yachid. Ati Rabim umevat lemechitzta. But over here, a mavoy that's less than 10, it works. Says the Gemara. So he told him, again, Ihachi litni nami yetera sukkah de alma, sukkah de Shabbat, ilu sukkah de alma, sukkah on a regular day, ba'ya tefach sochek. You need a tefach. Ilu sukkah de Shabbat lo ba'ya tefach sochek. Besagi belechi. It's enough to have a lechi. The ha'atu the amar. You're the one that says sichech al gameh mavoy. If he puts chach on a mavoy, sheyesh lo lechi kasher. Says the Gemara, hahu lo itzrich alei. You don't have to say that. Hashta mikilta lahamirta. Amrina, and if I say a migo from laws of Sukkah that are not as chamur, to allow you to carry on Shabbat, which is sekila, michamirta lekilta, to say from Hilchot Shabbat to Hilchot Sukkah lo kol sheken, certainly we say it. Gufa, we learn. Amar Rava says, sichach al gabe mavoy sheyesh lo lechi. If he may put chach on a mavoy that has a lechi, keshera, it's kasher. The Amar Rava, like we just said till now. The Amar Rava says, sichech al gabe paseh biraot. If he puts chach on top of the L-shaped walls around the bor, keshera, it's kasher. That's also kasher. So how do you look in the picture in Rashi? Paseh biraot. The perek sheni de eruvin tanan. Hetiru chachamim mishum olele regalim. You have the people coming up on the holidays. They have a lot of animals with them. The animal needs to drink. La'asot labiraot shebirshut rabim pasim arba'a, to make 4 L-shaped boards. Kemo diyomdim veroim ki'ilu yesh mechitza mize leze. So we imagine that there's a wall from L to L. V'nimtza habor mukaf mechitzot. So the board is surrounded. Umemalein mitocha, you can fill up from there letocha mechitza, within the mechitza. So you pull in your pail, you pick it up, you put it on the side, and you give your animal to drink. The migo the have dofen l'Shabbat, since it's a wall for Shabbat. Have dofen l'Sukkah, it's a wall for Sukkah. The avagav the ba'ina shtaim kil chatam. Over here, I don't have any full walls. Each one of the diomdim is a ama, is 6. I don't have in one place 7.
That's mitzdaref, no?
Mishum deika shte defanot. So the Gemara says that's also good. Migu vitzricha. I need both cases. Diashmuin and mavoy. Mishum deika shte defanot mal yata. You have 2 full walls, so that's why maybe the lechi works. Aval gabe paseh biraot. The leka shte defanot mal yata. You don't have 2 full walls. Eimalo. Maybe you can't say the migu. It's a full walls, even though they're broken in the middle. You don't have 4 walls, you only have 2 in a drop. Maybe it won't help. If you tell me those 2, and lechi, you're going from Shabbat, which is chamur, to Sukkah, which is kal, for sure. Mikilta lahamirta, to go from Sukkah to say you could even carry on Shabbat because of the laws of Sukkah. Ema law, maybe not tzricha. That's Rava, who has this din of what's it called? Has this din of migu. Veshehamta meruba mislta pesula. Tanu Rabbana. Hamata mechamat zichuch velo mechamat tefanot. The only time but you have too much sun it's posel is if it's coming in from the top. But if it's coming in from the walls, your walls are open or something, it's not a problem. Rabbi Yoshaya Omer, af mechamat tefanot. Even if the sun is coming in from the walls and you have more sun than shade, it's pasul. Amar Rav Yemar bar Shalmi Amishmed Abai. My tamad Rabbi Yoshaya. Why does he say it's pasul? The schach is good. Mishum dechtiv. It says vesachota al haaron et parochet. You should drape on top of the aron, like a schach, the parochet. Where's the parochet? It's gone on the side. And yet you're calling it schach. You see sometimes that the wall is also schach. So therefore, the sukkah, the din sukkah, there has to be applies to the walls as well, because walls are called schach. Like it says, v'sachota al aron. Parochet mechitza. The parochet is a wall. The kakari rahmana sechechan. The Torah calls it schach. Alma mechitza kischach. You see, the wall is also schach ba'in, and has to be that it provides shade. The Rabbanan, how come they don't learn from there? Hahu denechuf bepurta demechzi kischach. You have to bend it over so it looks like schach.
How do you bend it over?
And not by the sukkah. The parochet folded it a little bit on the top, towards the aron. They folded it a little bit on the top. They didn't just hang it straight. There was a little bit of a bend on the top. No. They're saying it because it says, what's it called? Right? The reason why they're bending it over is because the Torah said, V'sachota. Whereas the Yoshaya says, no. Even though it's a straight wall and we call it schach, must be, it has to shade you.
Appears like roof-like.
What?
It says it appears like a roof-like.
A little bit roof-like, correct. Amar Abaye, Rabbi, Rabbi Yoshaya, Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Shimon, Rabbi Gamliel, Ubet Shammai, Rabbi Eliezer, V'achirim, all of these Tanaim, Kulu Sfiralu Sukkah Dirat Keva Ba'ina. They all in some way, shape, or form hold that a Sukkah is a Dirat Keva. It needs to be permanent. Let's see. Each one has a little bit. Rabbi, the Tanya, Rabbi Omer, Kol Sukkah, She'em Ba'arba Amot, Al Arba Amot, any Sukkah That's not 4 amot by 4 amot. Pisula is pasul. Rabbi says the minimum size is 4 amot by 4 amot. So you see, he needs more of a permanent space, not 7 tefachim, which is aray. Rabbi Yoshaya had amaran, that he needs, that the wall should provide shade too, needs to be more livable. So that's also a function of dirat keva. Rabbi Yehuda detanan sukkah shi gavo lemala me'esrim amah. A sukkah that's more than 20 amot, pesula is pasul. But Rabbi Yehuda machshir, why he's okay with dirat keva, whereas the chachamim say above 20 is dirat keva, is no good. Rabbi Shimon detanya shtayim kilchatan v'shlishit afilu tefach. 2 full walls and the third one a tefach. Rabbi Shimon omer no. Gimel kilchatan, 3 real walls, v'dalet, and the 4th one afilu tefach. You see, he needs more of an enclosure. It's more.
That's a keva.
I need more of an enclosure. That's keva. It's more keva. All of these rabbis are leaning more towards real closing. 4 amot, 20 amot tall, more shade, more walls. Each one is like that. Rambam Gamliel, Detanya, Haoseh Sukkato, Berosh Ha'agala. If somebody makes a sukkah on the top of the cart, or Berosh Sefina, or on the top of the boat, Rambam Gamliel Posel. Rambam Gamliel says it's pasul, but Rabbi Akiva machshir. So why? Rambam Gamliel says it's pasul because it's going to blow off. Because it's higher up, it's on a boat where there's more wind, or it's on the top of an animal which is moving. It doesn't look keva. So even though if you would put it on the ground, it would be good. Since it's in a place that that the wind over here is more windy, it's no good. Again, he needs more keva. בית שמאי דתנן, מי שהיה ראשו ורובו בסוכה ושולחנו בתוך הבית, בית שמאי פוסלים ובית הלל מכשירים. לכאורה, we're learning from the fact that בית שמאי needs more space. They need room for the table too. So now, you see that it's not the same. בית שמאי doesn't agree with Rabbi. Rabbi says you need 4 tefachim, 4 amot. בית שמאי says you need 7 tefachim. But they're more keva than בית הלל, who says you could even leave the table inside.
Why is that more keva?
I got to have the table in the sukkah. That's more keva. Yeah. Rabbi Eliezer detanan. Haoseh sukkato kemin tzrif. Somebody makes a sukkah like a lean-to. Right? He just takes chach, leans it against the wall. Or shesam chalakot. No, sorry. The tzrif is like a teepee. Right? Or shesam chalakot, although he leaned it to the wall. Rabbi Eliezer posel lefi she'en lo gag. Where's the roof? The roof is your walls. The chachamim say kasher. So also over here, we're saying that it needs to be more permanent. You have to have walls and a roof. Achirim, what's achirim? The Tanya. Achirim omrim, others say, sukkah asuya keshovach, a sukkah that's made like a chicken coop. Pisula, it's a circle. Lefi she'en la defano zeviyot. It doesn't have any corners.
What does it have? It doesn't have what?
It doesn't have corners. It's shaped like a circle. Chicken coops they would make round.
The chicken coop is the tall.
That's also like a shovach too. Okay, we'll leave it over here. We'll continue tomorrow. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Maybe.
Rabbi, what's Rabbi Simlai's hidush? I can make all my walls with the same auto tefach.
Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabba Mevarach. Amen. Amen.
יש שם ארבע בן שמיה, היו שר שם חמה ושז הבא ורפואה, גולה ושם כפרה.
רבע מצלם. אמן.
עושה שלום לפרומה, ופרומה עושה שלום לפרומה.
Amen.
So you could inside the circle, you put a table. Oh, but listen,
No, you
the
still don't
walls-
have corners. We hold it's okay. Don't worry. It's
Just
only-
saying, I'm just trying to figure out if I had a circular thing.
Tomorrow, the whole daf is about the circle. What do you got, Yossi?
I'm saying, according to Rabbi Similai, that oto tefach that I'm making pas arba and using rope. and
Rabbi
all that, I can
Simon,
do that.
yeah.
I could do that by every wall.
No, you cannot.
Why not? It's rubo amud al parutz. It's even good on Shabbat.
Only on the third wall. That's the chiddush of the third wall.
But that hidush, we said it works on. No, isn't that?
Doesn't work. Only works on the third wall. I told you, Surat HaPetach doesn't work. Rov Kikul, Rubo Kikulo doesn't work. He's a Saba.
Rabbi Yehuda doesn't sound like he has to be keva. It sounds like he also it's keva.
I got that. Doesn't have to be there. He's okay with it.
Okay.
Could be he wants more kiva. Could be he will come in other things. Okay.
Also, in the end, we're judging the walls on Shabbat by the person inside the sukkah. We're saying that for the guy inside, it's more mekel than Shabbat. Sukkah is more mekel than Shabbat. But then after, we're judging it for the guy that throws inside the walls, not for the guy inside. The guy that throws
All the
inside
same.
is going to be hayab.
The guy inside throws out, it'll also be chayav. So,
Right. But that's not what we're judging in the beginning. In the beginning, we're judging that it's in the mabui, and it's only it's only.
The truth is,
making it
it's also making a chayav if you throw inside. Rava said even if it's a mavoy mefulash and you put a kaneh, you put a lechi, it's chayav.
You're hayab if you throw inside.
Right. Even though you're not allowed to carry inside.
Even though carrying inside is dirabanan. Isu dirabanan.
Right. No, but now it was a karameli. Now it's chayav. So there's a deoraita effect.
There's a deoraita effect from
karameli to chayav.
Only from transferring, not from being
Right.
there.
Okay, that's enough.
Right.
Okay.
When we learn the laws of Shabbat,